Hi there, it's Wise here with some wise words. Once again, I would love to thank you guys for stopping by the channel and coming and seeing me. Uh, as always, I'm just here trying to raise the vibration and hopefully get you guys to do the same thing. I wanted to bring a short video to you guys today talking about research. A lot of people don't like the word research, they don't like the term research. I spend a lot of time researching. It was one of my favorite pastimes, favorite hobbies. And I just thought I would bring a video to everyone out there about why I feel that it's important. And maybe you can start seeing some reasons in it to start implementing more research in your life. We also had a previous video not too long ago talking about attention, which, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a pretty good watch. But in conjunction with talking about attention, I was talking about different ways or practices to employ your intention. One of the things that I believe is a great practice for employing or working on your attention is doing research. Whether it's on a subject you currently already like, or a subject that maybe you don't have interest in, or maybe you have kind of a little bit of interest in, but you've never did your due diligence to find out more about it. Recently, I took up researching the monetary system. I know that sounds boring. A lot of people have been told throughout their lives that economics is boring. But I figured, it sounds boring, it looks boring. Maybe I should really stick my foot into it and find out for myself. I took a macro and a microeconomics class back in college. Kind of stuck, whatever. I read the Wall Street Journal here and there. But I figured that if I took up an interest in it and made a concerted effort to learn more about it, maybe there's some benefit to knowing a little bit more about money since it does play such a huge role in our life. But that's just one aspect of it. The reason that I believe research is imperative to anyone, not just to somebody that's trying to start a YouTube channel, is that research helps you have a clearer understanding about whatever it is you're trying to understand. I'm not going to give you a real definition, but if you wanted to, my definition of research is to study a subject, person, place, or thing intently. Research for me helps me build mental clarity about a thing. It helps me be able to speak in a more articulate manner about things. A lot of people ask me, well, how did you get so versed in things? Or how did you learn all of this information? Well, I do. I read a lot of books, which I'm going to bring you guys a lot of book recommendations on here. So hopefully you enjoy them. If not, you don't have to read them. I also spend a lot of time watching documentaries, which sounds, I know, kind of boring, but it's one of my favorite pastimes. Another thing that I teach myself to do, and that I got from another YouTube channel, Spirit Science, great YouTube channel, you guys should check it out. They have one of my favorite catchphrases or adages, which is one that I've kind of had before, but I never used it in the same term, which is ask questions and then question the answers. In today's society, a lot of us are taught through the school systems to not question things too much, to learn the information and be able to regurgitate it at any given time, whether it's in ABC format or short essay form. But not a lot of us take the time to research something to make it stick, to make it stay with us for a long time. For me, research helps me build a case for almost everything. And by doing this research, it's helped me really gain interest in other fields that when I go to parties or when I find myself in other different types of social capacities, I can talk to just about anyone about anything because I have an interest for all of those things. Now, I'm not saying that you guys will get the bug like I have it, which I hope you do. I would love to have more people to talk to about this type of stuff. But with that being said, I don't want it to discourage you either. I don't want people to look at someone like a Steve Jobs or someone like a Warren Buffett or someone like any type of famous athlete or celebrity that's helped you in any capacity in life. I don't want people to feel like you can't achieve those types of goals. It's easy to achieve those types of goals if you do your research. You can research, like if you have an interest in, I was saying economics a moment ago, or I kind of just mentioned Steve Jobs, which I'm recording this on an iPad. If you have the wherewithal, or you have the compassion, or anything, the propensity to want to learn about it, once you start researching it, it will make a great deal of difference. People don't know how, some people don't know how to research. A lot of people just believe jumping on Wikipedia or a couple sites that they sourced on the internet is research, which that is a very good start. It's a way to start, because when I was growing up, my mom had Encyclopedia Britannicas, and we had to get a new one like every 2 to 3 years. And looking stuff up in that was way more taxing and laborious than it is just to type it into a Google or a Bing search. So, with that being said, I'm not saying that that's a bad start, but you also want to do your due diligence to maybe read a couple books on the subject. Or, like I was saying earlier, watch a documentary maybe on the subject. Maybe even talk to a couple people in the field that you're interested in. Because if they're anything like me, and I'm not saying that they are, but most people who have done a ton of research and worked a long time in a field love to talk about their field. They really do. It's not just they're talking about them, but something that they're passionate about. And if you become passionate about it and they can see that passion in you as well, of course they're looking to stoke the flames and the fires. Research can really be the gateway to a lot of different things. The more you research, the more you know. And the more you know, the more you grow. If you don't see, uh, I guess, a benefit to research, or a benefit to some of my previous videos, like loving yourself, or attention, bringing attention to anything, then maybe research isn't for you. But if you're here and you're watching this video, which I believe that you are, then I would suggest whatever it is that you have a passion for, whatever it is that you're kind of interested in, even if it's a subject that you're not interested in, but you know that you should be, mathematics, then I would really urge you to do research in that subject. And no, you don't want to burn yourself out on it. Sometimes I do, which I once had a sensei that told me, when the body is weak, exercise the mind. But he never gave me an adage for, well, what do you do when the mind is taxed? I guess we go to sleep, perhaps. Or maybe you just go back to exercising the body. But with that being said, I want people to know that with research, or with paying attention, or any of the things that I put videos out there on, it's going to help you build up not only mental stability and emotional stability, but also bring confidence in whatever it is that you're doing. So those things that I'm talking about, you're researching, the next time you go into a room full of crowded people and somebody brings up, I don't know, avionics, or you can even do something as remedial as baseball or football or something like that. But the next time someone brings it up, because you've done the research, you will feel confident about it. Because you brought attention to doing something that you weren't interested in before, you're now going to feel more confident about that thing. And once you start feeling confident in the things that you do most often, you'll feel confident about doing things that you've never done before, whether it's taking up skiing or snowboarding, skydiving or scuba diving, whatever it is. Once you start bringing attention to it, and once you start researching that field and doing your due diligence, you will definitely reap the benefits. So if you can't see them up front in the beginning, give it time. It's just like Novocaine. Yes, maybe a small dosage doesn't work initially, but you give it enough time and it always sets in. So as always, guys, I would like to thank you once again for coming by, and wish you nothing but infinite love, peace, and wisdom.